Aloha, Richard Halverson here. This is ICS321. Today is June 7th, 2022, and let me share my screen. Okay, today I'm going to go over all the labs. I'm going to tell you how to, if you're stuck on any of the labs in chapter 3, then this is the video for you, because I'm going to point out where all of the videos are, where I discuss all the labs, and up to section 3.25. They're in previous videos, and I'll show you where they are. And then 3.26 and 3.27 are not in any video, so those are, so I'm going to do those two today. So let's go to the syllabus, and I can sort of recap what I just said real quick. We should be like around here, and today is the 7th, so we really should be finishing up chapter 3 today. And chapter 3 is the most important chapter in that it covers SQL, the language of SQL. The language of SQL is not very complicated. It's not that big a deal. After you learn the basics, it's all in chapter 3. After that, it's just practice. And so it's being able to look at a problem and just be able to write the answer. So I'm going to go through all of the. I'm going to show you where to find all the labs, and then maybe next time we'll cover a little bit more of Garden Glory. But again, there's videos already for that one too. All right, so let's go to let's open up the textbook. Let's do that. And we'll also go over to the resources folder. And these are the playlists from previous semesters. And so I think it's fall of 2021 where I had just rearranged all of the chapters or all the sections, and so the fall of 2021 video, the textbook has all of the labs in the same place, and then it was after that they added Sequila. So I think they added Sequila at the beginning of spring of 2022, if I'm not mistaken, and all Sequila is giving you practice on an actual real live database management system, and specifically MySQL. And what the Sequila exercise does in chapter 1, it has you install it on your computer. We don't have to do that because I give you a server, it's already installed and everything. And so I'm going to quickly go over that too. So and if you haven't done chapter 1 lab 1.6, don't worry about it. This is your lucky day. I've got a much streamlined demonstration on how to set that up real quick, and so I'll do that at the very beginning. It takes about 5 minutes or less. Okay, so so let's look at the textbook, and we're in chapter 3, and the first lab is going to be 3.4. And then there's 3. Here, let me just do this. I'm gonna put this over here, and I'm gonna pop this out. I don't really need to pop it out. Let me just oops. I need to put it over here. But I really what I want to pop out is the oh, that doesn't work very well. Is the playlist. Okay, so let's go to the fall. Let's go to the fall 2021 playlist. And we're interested in video 9, video 10, and video 11. Okay, that's what we're interested in. Oh, by the way, look, there's Garden Glory database. You can probably look at that one for your Garden Glory questions. But anyway, so video 9, video 10, and video 11 cover all of these labs. 3.4, 3.5, 3.7, 3.9, 3.11, 12, 13, 15, all the way up to 25. And then I'm going to do 27 for you, 26 and 27 for you. So for example, I'll tell you specifically, well, 3.4 we did in the last video for this class. Okay, I did 3.4 at the end of the last video for this class, so you can go back and look at that. 3.5 is let's open up the playlist. That's this one, and so 3.5 starts at 4.04. Okay, here's 3.5. 3.5 starts at 4 minutes. Okay, there we are. 3.4. Okay, I mean that's where 3.5 starts. 3.7 starts at 21:50. So if you go up to 21:50, this is where 3.7 starts. Anyway, this is 3.7. Looks like this almost looks like it's well underway or something. Oh, your SQL statements go here. So that's where I just started that. And then 3.9 starts at 44. 44. This is 3.9. That's 3.9. And then 3.11 starts, let's go back to the playlists. And 3.11, starting with video number 10 and number 11, it's all jam-packed, all labs, because you see starting in here, these are all labs. There's a little bit in here, but they're all labs. So you go step by step. The thing about these labs is I'm in a lot of cases, I'm doing them for the first time. And so I make mistakes and then I go fix the mistakes. If you're really impatient and you don't want to sit through the mistakes, you can just scroll to the end, okay? And usually the solution is there on the screen, okay? But really, and by the way, if you do enough of these and you'll make mistakes, you should pick it all up. But really, you know, purpose of this class is to learn SQLs. It's really not that difficult. If you're gonna pick up some skill in computers, and you can become good at it pretty easily because there's not a whole lot of it to learn, and it's the same process, and it's never going to change. You learn SQL, you know, you're gonna, and if you get a job writing SQL, there's just not a lot that's going to change over the course of your career. It's the same now as it was in 1990. So anyway, so that's all those. And so what I'm going to do right now is go to, oh, and I just want to point out that, you know, when you're scrolling through these things, you can see right at the top here where we are or where you are. So even if you have trouble understanding some section, you know, you're going through it yourself and you're having trouble understanding some section, and at the risk of being more confused, you know, you can find it in an old video, so anyway, if that helps. All right, so I'm gonna see, I'm gonna go back to, let's go back to 3.26. Okay, to do 3.26, you need to have you need to have access to your Sequila database, management system, and all you're going to do is you're going to write the single SQL statement that's got a group by and everything, that's going to compute. So you're going to join together the film table with the actor table with the film actor tables. You're going to join those together, and you're going to and your SQL statement is going to compute the average length of all the films that each actor appears in. So it's going to be a list of actors, and it's going to have the it's going to sum up the length of all the films that actor appeared in, and it's going to provide that number. So we're going to be grouping by actor, and we're going to use this average. We're going to use the average function. We're going to use the round function because we're going to round here, and we're going to display the last name, first name, average, in this order for each actor, and we're going to display the results in descending order by average, and then ascending order by the last name. So that's it. Okay, so this is assuming that there's going to be two actors that have exactly the same average, because if it's then by ascending by last name, but that's possible to see. Maybe they've got data to check that. All right, so now to do the Sequila database, you had to have done 1.6. So I'm going to do 1.6 in less than 3 minutes. Okay. First of all, I have to log into my server. And so I've got a server here someplace. I think it's this one. This doesn't have anything. I'm set this up for this semester. I'm going to go to cPanel. And I'm going to log in. ICSA321. Here we are. Test my memory. And the first thing I got to do is I'm going to go to MySQL databases, MySQL databases. And in here, I'm going to create my Sequila database. Sequila. That's it, Sequila. Notice it's going to put this prefix in front of it. Okay, just remember that. All right, so now I've created my Sequila database, and we see it here, Sequila. And so let's go back to cPanel, and let's go to phpMyAdmin. And we see over here is the Sequila database. So I'm going to click on the Sequila database. So I'm inside the Sequila database here, and there are no tables, of course. So now I'm going to create this. This is the schema here. Where are we? We're at the top, 1.6. This is the schema. This is the create statements for all of the tables. There's a whole bunch of tables. This is all the create statements. So I'm going to download this. I'm going to hit Sequila schema, and pop that on my desktop here. Let me just go over just straight to my desktop, and I'm going to put it on my desktop. Right. It's right here. And I have it in, it downloads into my editor, but I'm going to use a different editor. So to open it up in a different editor, I can just go to the desktop, and open the Sequila schema. So if we open the Sequila schema, I'm going to put this back over here. Here's the schema. These are all the create table statements. Now, this is designed. This is written to you after you've installed something on your home computer. You run this script, and this actually creates the database. We don't want to create the database. We've already created the database. We're going to run this script using the database. So let's comment this out. I'm going to do dash dash space, dash dash space, and dash dash space. Okay, that's step one. Step two is there are a couple places, or there are like 6 or 8 places in here that actually refer to the database. It refers to Sakila. It's referencing a table, and it's got Sakila dot in front of it, which is saying what the database is. We're already in the Sakila database. Statements like that are going to screw us up, so we got to get rid of them. Okay, the way we do that is I'm going to do Control F just to find one. Okay, I'm going to do Sakila, Sakila. I can hardly read that, I know. And we find it, and there's these 3. And then here they are. Here's where they all are. There's a bunch of them down here. So I'm just going to do a find and replace to get rid of the Sakila dot, because we're already in Sakila, so we don't have to put the prefix in front of these tables. So I'm going to change this to a replace, and I'm going to find all the Sakila dots, and I'm just going to make it nothing. Okay. This should work. Let me replace all. Looks like they're all gone. Does it say how many it did? Oh, it did 7. Okay, good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that's good. Okay, so now we're ready. So I'm gonna put this back like this. I'm gonna go back to my database, which is here, and I'm in Sakila. I'm gonna pop open an SQL window, and let me go back to my here. This is the schema. I'm going to copy this whole thing out. Okay, so I'm going to click on the screen here, and I'm going to do Control A to select all of them. And then I'm going to do Control C to copy all of them, and then I'm going to click over here in this window, and I'm going to do a Control V to paste. Control V to paste them all there. There they all are. And I'm going to make this bigger. So here's that schema, and I'm going to click Go. You know what I forgot to do? I keep forgetting this. Click this Enable Foreign Keys check. You got to check that. So to fix this, I got to go back here, and I got to go back to the database, and there's already a table there. I got to drop this table. This is good in case you make that mistake. You got to drop the table because you want to start out with a fresh database here. I think I made this a couple videos ago, but all right. So we're in Sakila. Let me do SQL. It's still in my clipboard, so I'm going to do Control V to paste it, and I got to click this Enable. I got to uncheck this. Later, we'll learn why that causes an error, but right now, just uncheck it. And now if we hit Go, and I'm not going to pause this because I want you to see how long it takes. It's executing a whole bunch of create table statements. And looks like we don't have any errors. Okay, so now when I click up on database here, we see there's all the tables. This is the Sakila database, and then but there's no rows. There's no rows. So we got to do the next thing, which is the Sakila data. See? So click on Sakila data, and we're gonna, I guess, save it on the desktop. And let me open up my Word Notepad++, and I'm going to open the data one. So here's the data one. And again, this says use Sakila. We're already in Sakila, so I'm just going to make this a comment, -- space. And I think that's all I got to do here. So now I'm going to copy all this, do Control A, and then Control C, and then go back here, and I'm in the Sakila database, click SQL, make sure you uncheck enable foreign key checks, click on the window here, paste, Control V, and there it is. And now I'm going to click go and wait for a little while. It's executing a whole bunch of insert statements. It's inserting all the data in. There we are. And now when we click up here on database, we see that there's a bunch of rows. Okay, so it looks like it populated nicely. Let's go back here, and what we're supposed to do is we're supposed to now recreate the actor table. Right click on actor, select copy to clipboard, create statement, blah, 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 whatever this is. Let's go back here and let's go to actor. I'm just going to click on browse. Oh, it doesn't matter. Wait, can I? Click on actor, click on export. I want to do a custom export SQL. I'm not going to dump any rows down here. I can say, let's view the output as text because I'm going to view a create table statement. And I'm going to not display the comments. I don't need to export. I'm just going to do the structure, just the structure. And I'm going to add the create table statement. I don't need that. I don't need that. I don't need that. And I don't want to enclose the table column names with backticks. I don't want to do that, okay? It says here, let me just show you this. It says, remove all backticks, these backtick apostrophes. Before this semester is over, you'll know what those backticks are, but they make it so you can have spaces in your column names, which we're bad practice. Anyway, so that's unchecked, click go. And because I checked the view text, what did I forget to do? Let me go back. Did I forget to check the, well, okay, tell you what. There's an easier way. Click on SQL, do show create table actor, okay, semicolon. There, how about that? Boom, here we are. Oh, it's all smashed up. What do? We click options, we click full text, and then we go over here and we click go. And lo and behold, here's our create table statement. So let's copy this create table statement, copy, and let's go to our editor. Let's make a new one. And let's paste it in here. And we got to get rid of all these silly backticks. Now, what the backticks are is to allow you to have spaces in your column names should you want them. And then they also ask you to get rid of this, whatever this collate thing is at the end. And so basically, this is the collate. No, I got to do it here. This is the collate thing. I can leave the auto increment. That's okay. Put a semicolon at the end because it gets real picky about that. And to get rid of all the backticks, let me just do select the backtick. No replace. Okay. Select the backtick and do Control H. Control H. And so we've selected a backtick and we want to replace it with nothing. Go ahead and click replace all, and boom, boom, boom. Anyway, all the backticks are gone. This looks good. Let me copy this. And let me go back over to here. And can we paste this in? Paste. All right. And then we can go submit for grading. And lo and behold, we got all the points. Okay, fantastic. We have our Sequila database all nice and good. Let's go back to the problem 3.26. And what we want to do is we want to write a select statement that does all this stuff, computes the average length. Let me go back to doing something like this. And I'm gonna, I guess I'm just gonna go directly to the, this is my Sequila. Okay, take that out, put it over here. Okay, so let me pop this over here. Here's my Sequila database. Let me just bring up an SQL window. Film actor and okay, I want to have last name, first name. Okay, so let's go to the film table. What happens if I pop this out? Can I access the table direct? Okay, here's the. Okay, so we're gonna have a select, and let's put some names here. We're gonna put the last name. What's the last name? It comes from actor. Yeah, so I'm gonna open this in a new tab because I still want to be able to type my select over here. And this is the this is the actor table. And look, there's a last name and a first name, a last name and a first name, and that's how it's written. So I'm gonna go back over here and do select last name, comma, first name, comma, and then we're going to do some kind of average thing, average. Oh, look, it says use this AVG function. So I bet you, oh, and then use the round function too. So I think we're probably going to use both of those. So round AVG of something. We're going to do some times, length. That would be in film. So let's open up film. I'm going to do right click, open link, a new tab, because I want to be able to still have this window there. And here's some films. Give me a second. Do that. I want what? There. Length. That must be minutes. Length in minutes. Okay. I don't know what's this. Okay, length. The thing is, okay, so I guess I'm summing up. Oh, I'm taking the average length. And I think I'm gonna have to put prefixes. Oh, for round, don't I have to put some kind of. It renames it average, space average. Oh, as, I like three capitals, average. Okay, now what is the SQL round? My SQL round. What is that second number? Oh, round to decimal places. Okay, so I don't need to round. I guess I just want 0. Okay, so let me put the round, comma, 0. All right, so these are the columns that I'm after, and then I need to join up actor with film, and let's just take a look at film actor, and we'll see that just connects the two together. There is a actor ID and a film ID. Actor ID, film ID. Okay, underscore. All right, so and it's the same. The film ID is called that, and the actor ID is called that. Okay, so we're gonna average from actor And interjoin and join are synonymous. So I like you know, minimalism stuff. Join, I'm gonna just use the word join. I'm joining the film actor table on actor ID equals film actor ID. There we go. And I also want to join and then I want to do I also want to join onto film actor. I want to join actor on film on film ID. This is got to be film ID, film ID with film actor film ID. Okay, those together. Okay, so those are that links it all up. And then we need to group. Let's see. We need to. Two people can have the same last name. This is the names. All right, I'm going to go out on a limb here and deviate from what the key says. And I'm going to say that we should group by, I don't know if this is going to work, group by actor ID. And then let's see what this is first. Before I do the ordering or anything, I'm going to see if this works. All right, it's ambiguous. See, there's two actor IDs. There's an actor ID in here, and there's an actor ID in here. So I'm going to use aliases here because I don't want to have to. Okay, so I'm going to say actor. I'm going to call this file, this table A, and I'm going to call this table FA, and I'm going to call this table F. Those are my aliases. Okay, this is an alias for this, and this is an alias for this. I think I can put as here if I want to be consistent, but I don't do that. And then in the then we can put prefixes. Now, of course, there's only one last name, but let's put the prefixes here anyway, just to be. And this comes from film, F. But the real thing we got to do is we need to put need to call this A, and we need to call this FA. We call this F, call this FA, and we can group by A dot actor. Let's see if this works, because this key has me grouping by last name, first name, but it's possible two different actors have the same first name and last name. Okay, this looks like this works. Okay, but it's not in the right order. It's not sorted. It's not output in the right order. Let me just go back to edit inline. Okay, I'm stuck in inline now. But anyway, we need to order by average. I'm going to copy this out. Copy, and I'm going to go back to my SQL. Yes, it's okay. I'm going to go back here and paste it in here. Oops. Control D. All right. Order by average. Order by average. in descending order. And then after that, order by last name in ascending order. I don't think that's going to work, because when you're doing ordering, you got to have, it's got to reference something. Oh no, it's there. Okay, let me see if this works. Go. Seems to work. All right, let's go back to inline here. I don't like inline, but we'll put a semicolon, and I'm going to select this here, and I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to go back to, oops, I'm going to go back to here, and I'm going to paste. I think that might work. All right, very good. Let's go to the next one. Okay, now we're going to do this nested aggregates thing. Min of count. Okay, so we're going to we want to refer to the film and inventory tables of the Sequila database, and the tables in this lab have the same columns and data types, but fewer rows. Got it. Okay, so the database they use to test has fewer rows, but same columns. All right. Write a query that lists the titles of films with the fewest rows in the inventory table. Okay, so if we go to its film and inventory, so if we go over to, got some, it's film. Yes, I do. These are films. Okay, there's a bunch of 24 films in here. And then we're going to look at inventory. And inventory has got a, so you notice in this table that film ID can appear many times. Okay, and in each of these inventory items, there's 4581 inventory items. There are, and what this looks like store ID. So this looks like the stores that have this film in inventory. This store has film number 1 in its inventory. Store ID number 2 has, in fact, it looks like store ID has 4 of them in its inventory. And store ID 2 has got 4 of them in its inventory. Anyway, all right, so we're looking at these two tables, and we want to write a query that lists the titles of films with the fewest rows in the inventory table. And this is the query that requires, well, this query requires a subquery that computes the minimum counts by film ID. So okay, so we have this query here, and this is going to produce a number. This is going to produce the minimum count for this is going to produce the minimum of counts by film ID. Geez, this is confusing. I'm just going to run this. I'm going to run this and see what it looks like. Let me look at it, go to an SQL. And clear this, paste it here. All right. Okay, so so the upper part here. So okay, so this produces a value. It's like there's only one film ID. I don't quite understand that, but anyway, this produces a value, and then up above it we want to select. We're selecting a title, I guess. We're selecting titles from film, from the film table, titles from the film table, and we're gonna use. We're gonna have an alias here for the film table as being F, and to that we're gonna join the inventory table, and we're gonna call that one I, and we're gonna join it on the F of film ID in the film table equals in the inventory table the film ID. But then we need to group. We're going to group it by film ID. Yeah, because we're looking at film IDs, and there's going to be many entries in the inventory table. Once this is joined, group by the film ID, and it shouldn't matter which one we use, but and then we want to select the title. This is the this produces the number of the count of the inventory of the film with the smallest count. So this counts up the inventories. Let me just show you this here. This statement here is this one is the count. Okay, so yes, it doesn't matter which these are, but these are the counts of all of the films. There's 24 films, and these are this is the count the number of instances of a particular film being in inventory. I think it's by inventory of a store. But anyway, it doesn't matter that the film IDs are not identified here. All we want to do is find the minimum one, because back here we are okay. This select statement produces this list here, and then we want to select from that the minimum, the smallest one, and so that's going to be a 2. If you look all through this, 2 must be the smallest one. So because if we do all this, wasn't 2 the small? I'm probably not saying the 2. Oh, let me order this. Oh, did I drop? Oh, I dropped it. Oh, there's the group by. Okay. Well, anyway, so 2 is the smallest one. Oh, that makes sense. All right. So this is going to give us the 2, and we want to list out the title. So it's count having. So since it's outside of a group, we have to use having. The count of I.film ID equals this thing. So this thing should produce, let's see what this produces. So this is what I think the answer is. Okay, well, anyway, so this is the, okay, is this, we aren't ordering this by anything. I don't think so. I'm curious to what this, order by title. I want to see what this looks like. Okay, for some reason I didn't think 133 total. Oh, there are 1,000 films. Okay, that's my problem. That's why am I thinking this right. Okay, anyway, so the answer was this. I think this is the answer. All right, so anyway, where's my, oh, here we are. Okay, so it's this video was a little bit shorter, only 50 minutes, and I've told you where you can find the answers for all of the labs in chapter 3, all of them. And also, I also went over how to do lab 1.6 again, in case you haven't done that, because you need to do that, or you should do that. By the way, you notice I didn't really need to use the Sequila database if I were smart enough just to write this SQL statement. And you probably could do that. But the idea is that you get some experience on a real life database management system. So anyway, hope this helps. Thanks for watching.